Okay, so this is a cool little game I've made. It's called Boba Escape, where you play as this little ball of boba, trying not to be drank inside a big cup of tea. And I made this in just a couple evenings after work. It was a bit of a rush because I wanted to get this done in time for my uni portfolio, but my old computer was not very good, so I did not have very long to learn Unity and get this out. Because my computer only got made on Saturday, and I started working on this, the computer got made on Friday. I started working on this on Sunday. So, let's show this off. So, what I will do is, if I'll just show a bit of gameplay, then I'll show some of the scripts as well. In fact, rather than going into it through Unity, I've actually got it built here. So we should be able to open this up and play, and of course it opens on the other screen, so you have to bear with me just 1 second. Let's see if it will let me switch over what display I'm capturing here. There we are. Okay, save that. Right, let's go back into our game here. So we've got a little menu with some interactable buttons here. We've got play, quit and credits. In credits here you can see got another little track playing. Game made by me, and I've got my mate Ollie, he's a composer. He had a couple tracks already made. I've got permission to use this. So, and if we come into the actual game here, you can see it's a little Flappy Bird type clone. I'll actually pause it now just because I don't want to be talking over all of the music. But it was made initially using Game Maker Toolkit's first Unity game guide, following that. But I figured out a lot of other parts on my own, or through tutorials, so I figured out, as you can see, how to add these particles. I believe it was Blackthorn Prod's tutorial I followed for that. I did some research on my own to make it so that the player dies when they go off the top and bottom of the screen. Not research, rather, I figured that out based on the code I'd already learned. I've got sound effects running. I used a number of different tutorials for that. Found a really good 5-minute title screen tutorial. So again, let's show a couple minutes of just a little bit of gameplay here. And just let it speak for itself without me talking for a moment. Just one more little clip, you can see, depending on how you can get a little bit of physics. Like so, almost. Basically, just because it's a rigid body, if it hits the corner, sometimes you can get a little. If I can even land it. One more try, and if not, or not. There you go, you can kind of see. Sometimes you bounce off a bit, which is quite cool. And we can quit with it like that. So if I just quickly pull up this, I won't spend too long going over the script. It's a little bit messy. We got sound effects triggering in places they probably shouldn't be if I knew what I was doing, but we're figuring it out as we go. So we've got the script for our player character over here. If I just drag that onto screen, you can see we've got our rules for how they're dying if they go off screen. We've got a ball for if they're alive, and if the death sound effect has been played, because otherwise it was playing on loop. I'd love to explain more of this, but it is all just kind of going over my head again for a second. That's right, so this here, that is our code for moving. using the space. But at one point I also had the jump sound effect mapped to that, but I think I moved it. That's our collision for hitting the straws. If I come out of that, we don't need to worry about the credits script. That's just going over. That's the back button on the credits menu. Got a script here for the jump sounds. I learned about adding. It's taking a second to open. There we go. I learned about having to add the proper Unity engine stuff at the top. So this one doesn't have the audio one, but I know you can see, for example, this one does because it's got a sound effect tied to it. This one just looks for if you are jumping, or in this case just pressing the space bar, playing the sound effect there. We've got our logic script. This is determining increasing the score based on when we hit, if I open up the, no, not particles, but prefabs, based on when we hit that little collider in the middle there. Any others I want to mention? Yes, the straw spawner. This is just our programming here, which is calling in the straws from off screen. And what I think is quite cool, if I go into the straw movement one, we can see, here we go, I got it set up here, that if the straws are off screen when we are playing, if I demonstrate here, you can see, so I'm not using loads of space, that they are deleted. So last little thing to show off is we have got here a nice little itch.io page set up, just with a little bit of information showing what platforms it works on, and you can download it and play it. So you've just got a link here. So that's everything I wanted to show off. I'm really pleased with this, especially for a first attempt. I mean, I want to add some more stuff later on. I want to try and add a bit of a delay before the game starts after pressing play, and I want to see if I can add some little collectibles in and increase your points more. Just tweak it and polish it in general, but now that I know what I'm doing, it should be a lot easier. So yeah, that's everything. I hope that was a good little showcase. Thank you.